Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. I am Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot, and oh boy do I have a big one today. I thought I'd do something a little bit different this time. Yeah, I'm going to review this guy. He is the Transformers Generations Titan Class Metroplex. And why am I bothering to do him now? Well, we just got news out of Toy Fair 2016 that there's going to be a Titan class Fortress Maximus coming, and he's going to be based on this mold. Now, this is going to be a review of this guy, but just for fun, we're going to have a little bit of a look while we go through this review and speculate. What might Fort Max transform like, kind of? It's a bit of a guessing game, obviously, and this guy won't be perfect, for that character. But stick around, sit back, and enjoy the show. I'll talk to you after the intro. Okay, welcome back to the channel, YouTube fans, TF fans, and everyone in the audience. This is a sight to behold. He is absolutely beautiful. He is Generations Titan Class Metroplex. He came out a couple of years ago. He goes crazy for aftermarket prices now. And I was really lucky. I got this guy for a good price. And he's going to be difficult to review. As you can see, he doesn't totally fit on camera. We're going to do the best we can. I'm still going to mark him in terms of posability, playability, paint apps, and last but certainly not least, transformation. Paint apps. Let's look at the paint apps. Now there's a few versions of this guy. There's one that came out with San Diego Comic-Con. There's the Takara version. Some have silver thighs, some have a silver face. This is the regular retail version. They all have their merits, their strengths, and their weaknesses, but I still think that this guy is absolutely fantastic. His paint apps, though, I'm only going to give about a 6 to. And here's why. Because you see things like this Autobot symbol. You see things like this warning stripe. You see things like these details on the knees. You see things like the detail up here on his chest, which you might not be able to see right now. You see the little details on his helmet. All of that and so much more are stickers. Stickers on the front, and when we come around to the back, all of these are stickers. All of these are stickers. It was so many stickers to put on. It took such a long time. And when I bought this guy, getting him on a good deal as I did, the stickers for robot mode were already applied. I applied the ones for aircraft carrier mode and city mode. And it still took forever. They add so much, but looking just at paint apps without the stickers, he's pretty bare. He's a a white bot, and that's about it. So he gets a 6. As well, I did add paint apps to this guy. There are paint apps, blue paint apps added here, and same over there, and on this gun, and I can detach it from his shoulder. On this gun, I added paint apps here, and blue ones going down here to make this look more like a building when he transforms to city mode. And of course, you saw there's a peg right here, and there's a peg hole on his back. This gun can go into his back. Or it can, of course, go into his hand. If you open up his hand, you'll notice that there are notches here on either side. There is a slot in his hand. You fit the notch into the slot, you wrap his fingers around, and of course he can hold his gun in his hand, and you know, he holds it pretty well. I mean, if you shake enough, it's going to fall out, but he holds it pretty securely. That's bot mode. I'll tell you the same thing. The paint apps, the details at least in his other modes, stickers. So he gets a 6 for paint apps overall. Posability, playability. Well, you know, in city mode, there's so many ways to put this guy that have been fan modes. But generally, I mean, you're not going to move him around. Whenever you got him set up, that's pretty much how he's going to be. What would you expect? He's a city. In terms of aircraft carrier mode, he rolls well. He's just heavy. So you're going to want to know that when you try to roll him, but he rolls well. And in this mode, head is on a swivel. It can't really look up or down. Arms will go around 360. They go out, you know, this far. He has a nice deep elbow bend, way deeper than 90 degrees. You can see right there. He does have a swivel, nice clicky swivel, above the elbow. His wrists rotate. His thumb has articulation. Each finger has articulation at the first knuckle, and that's it. But they are separate. He does have a waist swivel, which is wonderful. Clean this up. His legs do go out to the side that far. Fortress Maximuses, I think, are going to go out farther. Fortress Maximus doesn't have this piece right here, this chunk, and that's what hinders him from going out further to the side. But he can go all the way out and all the way back. He has a nice 90-degree knee bend, but unfortunately his knee also bends this way, and I don't think I really like that. I kind of get why they did it, but it would have been nice if there was a stopping point here somewhere for Metroplex. And a lot of times as you move him, this piece here, at least on mine, will come out. It just sort of goes in there, it doesn't really lock. Posability, playability are affected also by his size. He's huge. He is 2 feet tall. If I have him on the ground and I put his arm up straight, I can hold on to his hand like I'm walking with a toddler. It's great, but if you're a kid, you're going to find this guy hard to handle when he's probably about half your size. So, posability, playability, he's going to get about an 8. He's going to get an 8 because he has so much posability, but his playability, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, especially for kids. And since we have a 6 and an 8, right now his average is a 7, let's look at transformation. Well, you know, this guy's, again, a bit difficult to handle with transformation. I'm going to do the best I can. If I have to alter the camera, I certainly will. So where do we begin with this guy? Let's put him into vehicle carrier, aircraft carrier mode first, and then we can put him back into city mode from there. Where do I want to begin with this guy? It's probably easiest if we actually sit him down for now. We will sit him down for now. Boy, oh boy, is he huge. There we go. There we go. He's so massively huge. It's so difficult to keep Metroplex in frame. Where do we begin? I would say we start with picking up his kneecap, which will kind of bring out his whole front shin. Same over here. We pick up the kneecap, and we can, if it doesn't come unpegged by itself, we can unpeg his whole front shin and bring it forward like that. And you can already see that he's starting to kind of get a bit of a car carrier type of look to him. If we come over here, and can you even see this? You might not be able to, so let's back him up a bit. If you come over here, and now you have all of this sort of left down here. This piece here, you pretty much just want to set it so that it's on the ground, and same over here, set it so that it's on the ground. And you'll notice that the two pieces are not together. His legs push inward toward each other. So this leg over here, we will push in, and this leg over here, we will push in, and then these two legs will simply peg together. And you might have to adjust these pieces here, which is not really a big deal. That's his lower body really done. So we come to his upper body. What do we do here with this? Well, that's a fair question. According to the instructions, you bring his arms out. You turn his body around, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually, excuse me, that was incorrect. You leave his body facing forward, and you bring his arms back. You bring his arms back. My sincere apologies for that. The head will flip forward as I guess a turret. This piece can come down onto the deck like so. This armature over here can be a challenge to get up, if you can get it up. When in doubt, ladies and gentlemen, toothpick. Toothpick, it can be your friend. There. That repair bay arm, wonderful. This hand goes down. This hand goes down. And our gun piece that we had, again, using that post there, it will go in on his back. Now sometimes you see the guns affixed down here on the ramp, and you can certainly do that if you can find a peg hole to put it in. The guy's covered in 5mm ports. You can really put it wherever it is you want, as long as it fits there. But this is basically your vehicle mode for him. You know, some people have gotten into bending the arms down. Some people like to extend these guns forward. Some people like to use those guns as the propulsion thrusters. And bring that out like that. Around like so. And bring that out like that. There's so many modes that you can do with this guy. But this is basically your vehicle mode, and you can see he rolls like a champ, so it's great. His transformation, not hard, it's all big movements. It's wonderful. Putting him into city mode, a little bit more challenging. A little bit more challenging. By the way, if you're wondering how big this thing is, I mean, there's Leader Ultra Magnus standing on him, or at least what you can see of Leader Ultra Magnus standing on him. Here's Ultra Magnus down in front of him. So he's big. If you want to have a different comparison, let's take a modern day deluxe. There you go. There's Alpha Bravo. And if you want to know what a legend is like, well, this guy actually comes with a legend figure. Here is Scamper. We will get into him in a bit. And there you go. I mean, that's how small Scamper is. You put Scamper up, and there you go. You can see he works fantastic with Legends figures. So, how do we go into city mode? Well, let's do that. For now, we'll simply put these up, And we will actually put this piece in for now too. Now we will turn his body around. Fabulous. Here's where things get tricky. You need to, and I'm not going to get all of this on camera, but we'll do as well as we can. You need to pick him up, and you'll notice that in doing so, he gets extremely long. You sit him down. The opposite way. That's all we've done so far, is sit him down the opposite way. You're going to split his legs. However far you want to position these apart, that's your call. The official transformation has one out straight and one out to the side. Actually, it has this one straight and this leg out to the side, and I will show you why in a few seconds. That arm came off, but that was my own fault because I didn't put it down, so I'll put it back after. Man, oh man, is this guy difficult to handle, just because of his size. I mean, he's awesome, but okay. You have one arm now that I just put down here. I just bent it up at the elbow and straightened it out. Why did I do that? Because this arm flips all the way behind. And when you flip it behind, you'll know how, that you've got far enough because it pegs in. The hand is down here and it just sort of folds up as added stability. This gun piece flips up straight as a building. His legs here, well, this piece is actually off the screen, so I'll do this first. His legs here, if you pull back the foot, his leg opens up. This bottom part of his foot flips down straight, and his foot kind of comes in like a, I don't know, like an overarching bridge, I guess. And this piece kind of just stays up like it is, really. I mean, again, you can position it how you see fit. I keep it up there. And if you were to look inside here, you would see more sticker detail for things like computer screens and whatnot. If we go over to the other leg, and I'll try and show some of this in a few minutes. Again, this piece is out. We take the foot, we unpeg it and flip it up. We unpeg this bottom part of the foot, and we open the leg up. We flip down this bottom part of the foot, and we position this back. And that's pretty much a good start to it. Over on this arm, you have choices. Some people simply leave this arm down straight and call all of this a building here. They call this a building. Hey, you know what? It is your call what you do. Again, looking at official transformation, you're supposed to come up here and see if I can find it. Here. You're supposed to come up here, put his fist down and under, flip out this part of his arm, and there is a gun embankment right here. If you can't see it, I will show it after. I also like to take the gun that is back here and turn it up so it too looks like a city building. And the last piece of the city transformation is over right here on this side of his chest. You open that up to become a heliport. We get our trusty These two can be, again, difficult if you don't have nails. There you go. And they come up just like that. This is Metroplex. As we come all the way around,
Inside his leg here, there's lots of detail. You can see the way his body is. I will back up so you can see just how big this guy is on the table. There's Metroplex in all of his glory, spread out in city mode, and I mean he looks absolutely amazing. There's no doubt about it. Is Metroplex a win? Yeah. I mean, you know, his transformation is a 10. It's a 10 because it's so easy. It's just big parts that move. Overall, he had a score of a 7. The 10 brings him up to a 9. Yeah, but you know what? Even being a 9, it doesn't matter. This guy is the most awesome figure that I own. I know there are lots of third-party companies that are doing Metroplexes and, you know, other Titans, and that's great. They look fantastic, but I never ever tire of looking at this guy. If you can get him for a reasonable price, I would highly, highly recommend that you do get him. And I realize watching the transformation and whatnot for this guy is difficult. Now, all of this being said, let's take a moment before we go on and look at this guy. It is Scamper. Unfortunately, Slammer doesn't come with them. There's third-party companies that do make Slammer. Six Gun didn't come with them. Again, third-party companies that do make Six Gun. But this is Scamper. He is a fun little Legends figure. He has a gun back here that I have put on his back. There's, you know, storage for it there. Of course, it goes in his hand. He can also hold this gun, the one up on Metroplex's shoulder, that big red gun, which looks absolutely ridiculous, but he can do it all the same. You know, if you take it out and leave that peg up, it is a, you know, it is a 5mm peg, so the gun is much bigger than him, but it's absolutely hilarious. This guy, posability, playability, he's a 10. I mean, his arms go right around, they go out, they swivel, there's an elbow bend to 90 degrees, the legs can do splits like a champion, all the way forward, all the way back. Nice deep knee bend. Look at that beautiful knee bend all the way there. You know, his head can move. It's a little bit difficult, but possibility, playability. I mean, this guy's a 9 or 10. He's fun. Paint apps. You know, he's black and gray. It's accurate. It is what it is, and he looks great. And I even like the little Autobot symbol there. Transformation for this guy. You bring up his chest piece over the front. You put his legs together, and you. Sorry. I forgot a step. You bring up his chest piece. You collapse the abdomen. You put his legs together, and you flip them up. Now you have these tires on the side. Straighten his arms out, and you basically put them in on the side, and there you go. You have him in his vehicle mode, and he rolls great. You know, he's a little Cybertronian car who rolls great. He's a fantastic little add-on to this Metroplex set, and I'm glad to have him, to be honest with you. If anything, you know, I said Metroplex is a 9. If anything, I guess this guy helps to bring him up to a 10. You know, it's as simple as that. Is he a perfect little legend? No, he's not. I mean, you know, he's kind of hollow. If you look through, you know, he's kind of hollow. But again, honestly, I've had this guy a couple of years. I'm only noticing that he's hollow now, so it really doesn't matter to me. Now, what I'm going to do is put this guy back into robot mode, and now we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm going to make another break. And when we come back, he's going to be in robot mode. We'll talk a little bit about Fort Max. But as far as Metroplex goes, hey, he was the first Titan, and he gives everybody else an awful lot to measure up to. He's great, he's beautiful, he's huge, and he's hard to display, but totally worth having. I don't have the buyer's remorse for 1 second. I'll be back in a minute with him in robot mode. Hey, welcome back. Okay, so this is going to be part 2, I guess, of this review. This is just speculation. This part's just for fun. I already said that for paint apps, posability, playability, Metroplex is the measuring stick. This guy is easily a 9. If you know, Scamper might even pop him up to a 10. It doesn't really matter what his mark is. He is absolutely awesome. He is huge. He is Metroplex, and he needs to be in your collection. There is no doubt in my mind about it. So with the recent announcement of a Titan class Fortress Maximus coming, a lot of people have excitement over that. And since he's based on this mold, I just thought, hey, for fun, let's just speculate a little bit about how the transformation could kind of go. By the way, in place of a character like Scamper, Fortress Maximus, let's not forget, is going to be a headmaster. His head will come off and transform into Cerebros, who I'm guessing will be about deluxe size. And then Cerebros' head will also be able to come off and become Emissary. We all know that it's Spike. But, you know, it is what it is. Double Headmaster, you know, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. In robot mode, let's also not forget that, of course, the colors and paint apps will be different. And from the pictures we've seen, it looks like there will be extra body pieces right here on either side of Fort Max. And that makes sense because they would flip up and become his tower kind of here in his belly section. So, transformation has 2 modes. And he can't really do them per se, but he can kind of do them to give us, you know, to give us an idea of what we're dealing with. Mode number 1. Well, mode number 1 should be quite easy. You will take Fortress Maximus, at least I'm predicting you will take Fortress Maximus. I need to adjust the camera yet again. And you're going to lay him down. You're going to lay him down just like this. These arms, it seems, will flip around sort of above his head. It'll be interesting to see how this actually plays out. And the hands, they will close up, and they have been facing upward in the stock photography. Just like this. And there will be planks here and here, kind of like he has in, kind of like Metroplex has in his aircraft carrier mode. They'll be attached to the backs of his arms and come up right here. The head will be off, and there will be a center stack coming up right here from the sides that flip out down here. That brings us to his legs. They will push together and they will clip together, basically. There are guns that will be here. We'll mimic those with these for now. And those guns will, you know, kind of face up like that, I guess. The feet, however, on Fortress Maximus seem to be able to flip down. Here, the best we can do is that and flip it forward like this. In essence, this will probably end up being similar to the spaceship mode. And I will back the camera up here so that you can see. Basically like that. And you can tell already it's pretty enormous. You know, here is Alpha Bravo. Here is Scamper. And just for interest's sake, here is Ultra Magnus. So his ship mode, yeah, it's gonna be quite large. will Fortress Maximus be able to do the carrier mode like Metroplex? Hard to say, but I'm guessing that because the planks are going to be moved up here, it would, on his arms, it would be a lot more difficult. That brings us to the base mode. Well, you know what? I have a feeling the base mode is going to also be a really simple transformation. The upper body will pretty much stay exactly the same as it is transformed for ship mode, from what I can tell, except where Metroplex's head is, we will get a plank coming out. Again, those side pieces will come up and be a column in the center. That leaves the legs. The legs will obviously split, and presumably he will do the splits out to the side. Since Metroplex can't exactly do the splits out to the side because of these chunks up here, we need to alter him just a little bit to kind of allow him to do a version of it. We bring that out there, and we bring that out there, and we turn that like that, and we turn that like that. And obviously I'm not concerning myself with showing you the transformation for this because, again, it's not going to be a perfect transformation because he can't do the splits quite the way that Fortress Maximus will do the splits. In the end, what you should have is something that kind of looks like this, I think that we will have something that looks like this. The body didn't transform. The arms still stay above the head. We will still have those planks coming out here. Where the Metroplex's head is, there will be another plank coming down to the ground. The legs, ideally, should just do straight splits going across. Metroplex can't quite do it because of those chunks, but we do have his legs splayed out to the side. And I will take the camera and again attempt to show you the entire view. The base mode may end up looking something like this. Something like this. Is that perfect? No. Is it ideal? No. And of course we're using those kneecaps as his guns again. The feet are not transformed correctly, but it is an approximation for what we may get. And again, he's absolutely enormous. He's huge. The interesting thing is, in looking at the stock photos, it looks like Fortress Maximus's legs may be able to come apart like Metroplex's. If that's the case, it would be very interesting to see if he could, do a city mode. Anyway, that is just a little bit of speculation at the end of the Metroplex video. Let the games begin and let the excitement for Titan class Fortress Maximus start. Again, a deluxe class Alpha Bravo right there. You put him down front, that's how he'll compare with the roughly how he'll compare with the base mode. It's exciting times to see what we end up with. Anyway, Metroplex, hey,
he should be in your collection. Fortress Maximus upcoming, I have a funny feeling he should be in your collection too. Hopefully you have enjoyed this look back at Metroplex. Hopefully you've gotten a kick out of a little bit of Fortress Maximus speculation. By all means, please subscribe, like, comment, share. Check out the Everything Factor. Check out Machinery of Man. Check me out across social media. Exciting times ahead if you like huge plastic robots. Until next time, folks, take care of yourself. Look out for each other. Like what you like and love what you love. Thanks for watching.